Good morning, whatever it is where you are, and welcome to another episode of Looking for Legends, where we get nerdy, throw math rocks, and look for legends. Caden definitely said, "Oh, there he is! Holy crap, I didn't see him there."
I've been here the whole time.
Oh gosh, wow. So, guys, tonight, episode 4. I hope I can count. I hope that's right. I hope it's episode 4 of City of the Lost. Tonight, we're gonna see some cool things go down. We're gonna see what Mini Rick wants to do to, make sure everybody's telling the truth and who's not and whatever. Aside from that, I do have to make a disclaimer. In our little fantasy adventures, we often, almost always, have content that may include fantasy violence, social adversity, and adult themes. Many adult themes. Little Jimmy, stop! Why are you still here? As part of the storytelling. The characters, events, and settings are purely fictitious, and any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or to real-world events is coincidental and unintentional. Viewer discretion is advised, as some themes may not be suitable for all audiences. By continuing with us, we ask that you accept these elements and join us in the community and game that we all love. Thank you for being part of our legendary journey. Thank you. Yeah, you. So, aside from that, we do have to note that if any maps are used tonight, they are all darkest maps. I will link them, like always, and all the music that we have is Monument Studios, so please check them out. Oh my gosh, they're just amazing. Like, holy crap, dude. Hollywood level stuff, legitimately. So, also, pardon, I still have a cough. It is because I recently moved to Colorado over like the past 6 months or something. And since I've been here, the dry climate has just wrecked my lungs. So, trying to work on that, but I hope you'll excuse it while it lingers. That said, I think we've got some things to say about Our Flag Means Doom and Roll for Chaos, so y'all can take it away with that.
All right, fine. Our Flag Means Doom is on Mr. Danny DM's YouTube channel. It's absolutely hilarious. I played the most obnoxious of rabbit folk you could ever possibly see amongst the rest of my crew, which is just, it's hilarious. It's amazing. You should come check it out. We stream. Well, no, we don't stream. We record, so it's not live, but it's still fun.
Beautiful. Oh, not to me? Okay. I record a D&D live action role play web show, streaming series, whatever you want to call it, called Roll for Chaos, where we focus on, messing with game mechanics and just being chaotic little goblins. Season 1 is up on YouTube right now at the Roll for Chaos show. Season 1 titled Gears and Gardens, where we follow some punk youngsters in a steampunk world as their actions influence another world of flora and fauna in a little jungle utopia. It's very fun. We have a lot of laughs, and there's some great role play moments in there. Check it out, the Roll for Chaos show.
Excellent. So, all of that said, does anybody else have any news they'd like to talk about before I will probably say something about Grace and why she is missing again. But anybody else before that?
I will be launching an online t-shirt shop after the first of the year.
Whoa! Let's go!
Wicked and Whimsy,
Maybe,
and it's going to be on Shopify.
Wicked and Whimsy is what it's called?
Yes.
That's lit.
Maybe some Looking for Legends t-shirts?
Well, you know that.
We'll see. We'll talk it out.
You know there's shit in there already.
Yeah, it's true. It's so true. So
We got
all of that out of the way. So Wicked and Whimsy, check it out. I will, when it drops, I will link it in videos. I don't know if I'll remember to come back to this one, but we'll see. So,
I'll remind you.
Great.
It's fine.
Excellent. Thank you. Grace is going through a massive move. I don't want to talk too much about like her personal life. I don't know how much she is okay with, sharing or whatever. So, I will just say this, that like she's going through a massive move. And so she has a lot on her plate right now. She's been unable to make it. But we always say real life comes first. So we love our games of make-believe, but you got to take care of yourself. And that goes for all of you watching too. We love our games of make-believe, and you do too. But real life has to come first. So take care of yourselves. Love each other. And that's all. Let's get into it, guys. So, last session, a few things happened. Most notably, you found a kenku bard. Gosh, I'm a bard. Whew. I think I saw bard somewhere in my notes. He was not a bard. You found a kenku. Is he a rogue? Is he a cleric? You don't know. But he was stealing some grain from the caravan. You caught this kenku, and some of you were very annoyed at the kenku. Personally, I love the kenku. Do you all know his name yet?
Kenku.
Oh, that's right. We named him Chanticleer.
Birdman.
Something. Birdman. Chanticleer Bird.
Anyway. Birdman, the Rooster the Third.
The road.
Can I restart this recap? That was very...
No. Actually, keep it going. Keep it rolling, baby.
If you get a single deep breath, go.
Okay. Last session, a few things happened. Most notably, you found a kenku who was stealing grain in the caravan. You realize through interrogation or questioning or whatever you would like to call it, El Toro threatening to choke him out, that this kenku is being followed, pursued by those who would wish to use their oracles, their foretellings for their own gain. As you traveled along the road, you encountered these individuals who at first made as though they were communications between two merchants. And though that might be somewhat true, you realize that what they were really after was Chanticleer Birdman the Rooster the Third or something, whatever you guys named him.
I didn't name him that. I wasn't.
After consulting with a small council of the leaders of the caravan, you came to the idea that you would, through some power of Min Irik, find out who was telling the truth and who was lying. You waited until nightfall, and that is where we will pick up. You see Min Irik laying elements along a circle that he has drawn in chalk. Elements representing each of the seasons, thereby representing one of the gods, one of the stars, one of the celestial bodies that swirl above you in the heavens. He chants for many minutes, making gestures that trace patterns into the night sky, forming constellations that then rise up into the air, expanding and joining the magic of the firmament that is left in the stars. You see him kneel upon the earth, his weathered hands spreading fine sand in a precise circular pattern around the group. With a quiet reverence, nearly whispering at this point, he produces a small, worn instrument, an astrolabe, from his robes, aligning its delicate arms to the night sky, his voice low and resonant, different from his typical voice, carries the rhythm of an ancient chant as he traces the constellation of the Eye Eternal. The same eye that allowed you, Douthie, to speak. The magic apparates and then fades as it descends to the ground. A gentle shimmer spreads across the earth, causing the circle of chalk to glow. As the ritual reaches its close, Min raises his eyes to the heavens. In his voice, there is a rise, an exaltation of fervor, as he says what roughly translates to, "By the light of the stars and the wisdom of the firmament, let the truth written in the heavens guide our words." The glowing constellation pulses briefly, and a faint, ethereal barrier of light settles onto the ground, encompassing everyone standing at their place in the circle. He looks to you. Well, I guess that about does it. What do you want to ask? They gotta tell the truth in here.
Who sent you?
That is the question. That would be a merchant group.
Which merchant group?
They try to keep their mouth shut.
Not answering is as much telling as anything, just so you know.
They feel compelled by the spell or by your force of personality in asking. Still trying to bite their tongue, their mouth cracks open. The Chainwrights. The Chainwrights sent us. You all would know, well...
Can I make a check of some kind?
I was about to say, somebody make me a history check.
History?
I'm not that great.
I'm not half
I'll
bad.
just say if somebody else wants to take this one.
I'm not half bad at that.
Not
18.
my forte.
Okay. You would know this is a group that deals not in textiles, not in stonework nor carpentry, but human beings and others of the humanoid. You know what I mean.
Lineages.
Lineages, yes.
I also rolled a little bit of a history check. But I got a 13. With 13, do I know who is the primary population of the Chainwrights?
The Chainwrights are unlike some other hate groups, right? The Chainwrights are not motivated by lineage. There are many within the Chainwrights, and they tend to be motivated by one thing: coin. They have allowed their greed to consume them to the point of dehumanizing all that they see. You might find any number of lineages, mundane or exotic, what have you. But all consumed by greed.
Nirkan is fairly black and white. So this is about all the information he needs. He's just gonna kind of like sit around on the outskirts of the circle.
Okay.
Yeah, after hearing that, Salvi kind of steps back. She was just curious who sent them, so if anybody else wants to ask.
Do you guys, by chance, share that with the group, or is it just... It's okay if you don't. I'm just curious if you do.
Salvi is writing down in a notebook. She's kind of muttering to herself. You would probably hear her say something about Chainwright, but she's not going to explain it. She's nonplussed by the information. It's just, oh, really interesting.
Okay.
I think as Nirkan kind of walks on along the edge of this ritual circle, he turns to Rooster, who we also have to ask some questions about. You there, Rooster. Now, whereabouts in the world do you come from? He has to go get the map, huh? Yo. Rooster takes out a huge map.
The Fertile Valley.
Rooster. Do you make a living from what you do? Stealing? Or is there other work that we're not kin to?
me 1 second. I gotta read the exact wording on this spell.
Looking up movie references.
No, I got more of those than I can count, dude.
I'm here, come on!
Okay. Yes.
Right.
Now, hold up. What was asked was, do you make money from what you do, or are there other sources of income? Or
Fair. All right, Rooster. Smart chicken. Rooster, have you killed anyone?
define anyone.
Have you come across someone who's alive and then made them not alive?
To be fair, Nircon, we all have done that here.
I want to know who's done it.
Besides
Birds
him, from what I've heard.
count.
What? But yeah.
Do beasts count?
Yeah.
Do bugs count?
Let's try more humanoid figures, higher levels of sentience. A bug, we can get past that.
I did once.
Okay.
But he wasn't. He was after me. Never of my own volition.
Sorry, did he say wallet chain? What was that at the end there?
I believe he meant volition.
Never of my own anger, pride.
Okay, all right. Calm down there, Rooster. As much as I don't like your Rooster. I don't like those of us I'm saying humanoids, higher sentience, the ones who know right from wrong. Those of us who choose nothing in their lives but anger. They choose to live their lives of pain against others. There's a balance in life between peace and war, love and hatred. And those who just lead with hatred, just lead with war. Well, I don't get along with those people. Rooster seems like the moments he was driven to anger, to war, was in self-defense, whereas the Chainwrights, a company dealing in people, in servants that didn't volunteer. Chainwrights lead with hatred, unless you have a different way of putting it, pointing to the three.
Well, I don't really hate anyone that I think what he means to say is it's just business. It's not hatred. No, we don't lead with war. We don't lead with hatred. We just need to do what we can to provide, to survive.
It's a poor business model. I'm just saying.
No, it's not too bad. I mean, every mouth needs to eat, but it's the way you feed them. That's the important part.
May I inquire? To the merchants in particular, is it your intention to not allow this individual, as I referenced to Chanticleer, to live the life that they wish to live?
The central merchant, the obvious brains, struggles for several seconds, kind of looking for words, and then almost you see like the idea flash across his face. Well, I'm sure I'm unaware of the life he would like to live. How can I answer such a question without even having knowledge?
Simply because if you do deal in flesh, which is it sounds as what you do, I can only assume that this individual is here of their volition. As far as you are here for profit. One seeks freedom. One seeks money. I'm sorry, but for me, that seems pretty clear.
Well, for some of us, it might be less for some of us, it might be less for some of us, it might be less He chokes on the words as though he can't say them in this zone of truth.
Yeah.
It seems that you're even good at lying to yourself.
What would you have us do then? Go back empty-handed?
Such aggression. Were you born of a barn or in one?
Damn.
Do answer that question.
That was not the question. Would you have us go back without our mark, thus not only foregoing our profits, foregoing our earnings, foregoing the mouths that we must feed, but also being punished?
You're pretty clever. I'm pretty sure you can come up with another means of profit besides this one. This one might lead you to a dead end.
And not to mention, you made the choice to follow. You at least have that luxury.
Altoro, make me an intimidation check.
I got that with advantage. Some gun. All right.
We did say social adversity, right? That was the thing that we mentioned.
We indeed did.
Just so... Okay.
I rolled a 21. Check yourself.
21.
Pisses pants and runs.
Yeah, +5.
Point taken. And you hear his Salvi. You've heard this person's real voice before. You hear this facade falter for just a split second as their real voice comes to the surface and then immediately is pulled back into this grandiose vocalization, this accent that they've put on.
Mm-hmm.
And point taken indeed. Therefore, we will be out of your hair. We will
I mean,
find
for safety's sake,
somewhere
I could still
else.
give you that
no
that mark.
mark needed.
I'm just life force
Hey,
out.
Boss, I don't like the idea of a necrophilia. No,
Whoa!
Keep going. You almost had it.
If you're not going to spit it out, then swallow.
Damn.
and they swallow their saliva.
Good boy.
You seem
All
pretty
right.
clever. Find another means of profit. Last chance. Because right here, right now, this avian is currently a member of our caravan. They've paid their way. They've partaken of our food. You have not.
Very, very well. We will find other means of coinage. Only let us part with no ill will.
How much exactly would you be losing?
For this one,
Mm-hmm. No, for the one down the road.
1,000 each
1,000
in
what?
gold.
Oh, I don't have that.
Yes, well, as one of you pointed out, this is a very lucrative business model. Fine, gentlemen, let us be off.
What if I were to offer you this instead? And she reaches into her pocket and pulls out a teeny tiny little vial. It's pointed on either ends. Glass has a sort of silvery black liquid swirling in the middle.
Hey, boss, what's that? What's that? What's that?
This is something that you pour into an enemy's drink, and it makes the problem go away. It's worth around 1,500 gold. Do you want it or not? Fair trade for fair trade. I'd hate for you to leave empty-handed after losing your findings.
Let me have a moment to consider. Hey, but boss, wouldn't that solve your problem with you know who?
Voldemort?
That's you who must not be named.
Harry Potter.
All of you. Copyright.
TM.
Might have to edit that out in post. Just kidding.
I wasn't talking about Voldemort. It's fine.
Yes, I would enjoy such a prize.
It's called Midnight Tears.
Oh.
You take this, and you leave us be.
As you say midnight tears, this person's eyes go wide. I'm sorry for ever having been in this area. I would not want to, he snatches the vial and runs. Boys, onward!
Before they leave behind them, I push out my hand and I summon caltrops behind them before they turn and step.
Oh.
Oh, just stepping on Legos.
So as soon as they step on the caltrops, I'm like, make sure you be careful where you walk in the future. Some paths are more dangerous than others.
You just sit again. It's just, and then like it's the struggling to get up but falling down every time they're like halfway, all the way to the end of.
It's not like ball
caltrops.
bearing. It's not like ball bearings where they like slip and fall. This is caltrops where they stab into their feet.
Yum.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. And they're also stabbing into their hands, elbows, and knees.
That was very expensive. My mistress is not going to be happy I lost that.
Can I do a knowledge check of some kind on what Midnight Tears is?
Yeah, give me a general intelligence check.
Oh, great. Well, okay. Alright. Well, 11.
Okay.
11!
You want me to send it to
I
him,
mean-
Josh? I've got the stuff.
Well, it seems like a poison, probably. I wouldn't say you know how dangerous it is, but you might have heard whispers of it.
Okay.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
Scorn was here.
Okay. All right. Min Eric, as they run off into the dark, says, "Well, I think that done about just sums it up, don't it?"
Seems we got ourselves a new friend.
Friends?
Chanticleer. Welcome
Hmm.
aboard.
As I said, he's part of the caravan now. He's paid his way, and he's had a meal or two with us.
Probably like four meals worth from what I've heard, but like, you know.
He paid for it eventually.
That's what makes friends?
I don't have the answer for that one.
Makes acquaintances.
Acquaintances. All right.
Well, now, little one. Min Eric kind of directs attention to Douthie. Now, when did you learn to talk like that? I ain't never heard that before.
I've been able to talk like this all my life, to be fair.
So what made you not able to talk like that? Remember, we are in a little bubble of truth.
So wait, what was the question?
What made you not able to talk like that?
A demon.
Oh,
I think I'd call that little one pretty demonic sometimes.
Well, to be fair, Neokan, I'm still little.
I meant the other guy.
Oh, he does hunch over a little bit. He stands weird too.
well, I think that's something we may have to deal with later.
I hope you don't have to.
You know what? I hope so too.
Currently, I know of one surefire way.
Douthie for a moment just looks at you and just... there's something about you, I swear.
You tried to attack me one time. We were working together. I kicked you in the balls.
Was that after I ripped the guy's hand off and began eating it and then threw it at you? And
No, that was the other time. That time
No.
you got me in the balls. So it's like,
Well, I think that's about enough tour for today. The spell sort of fades away, and Min Eric just kind of looks around at you all, just with this look of like, who the heck did I bring on my caravan? And just kind of, well, good night.
Good night.
I think I got a bed with my name on it.
Mini Rick, I would love to see the bed with your name scrawled on it.
No,
wanna
I
join
don't
him in
know
his
what
bed?
kind of person you are, but where I come from, we don't make passes as somebody like that.
What?
It was just what?
What? No. Mini
Mostly because where I come from, we're a little bit smoother.
Mini Rick, don't. No. Look here, Snipper.
Smoother brain, maybe.
I'm not making that.
No ridges or lumps or valleys or bumps.
I just think that'd be funny to see. I don't want to be in the bed.
Are you
So
sure?
you just want you one of those kinds that just like to watch.
No.
I think he's referring to the fact that you actually have your name scrawled on wherever it is you sleep.
Oh no, child. That's just an expression.
Oh, all right. Okay, well then I don't want to see wherever you bed down. So don't worry. What?
He
What's
just
so
kind
funny?
of like nods his head and chuckles. I know what you meant. I know before you said it. And
Really?
walks away.
Did I say something wrong?
No.
I don't think so.
I was truly curious. I don't.
No,
I don't.
You didn't say anything wrong. I believe that was more on his end. I believe it's
Mini Rick's got a dirty mind.
yes,
No, it's just the DM.
Which is-
on him.
same person.
yeah, pretty much.
What was the
So-
point of all that?
The point was,
Not offer up a soul to become a slave for the rest of his life.
I was like, wait, with that one or the bed joke?
Any of it?
Oh,
a fair question.
Not to become a slave?
Yes, for Rooster, we are debating whether to keep him in the caravan, even though he does pose a bit of a threat to us.
See,
But
that's
guys-
where I'm lost. He still poses a bit of a threat. I helped because all of you seemed interested in keeping him here, and as you said, we are acquaintances. So I help, but I don't understand why.
sometimes you don't need a reason to help people.
If I can avoid someone going into slavery, I will.
yeah,
Individuals should be
Chains are
allowed.
meant to be broken. Some don't have the strength to do so.
no one invited you to speak, Rooster.
Ain't nobody talking to you.
He's
Thank you.
sitting right
Thank
there.
you for what you
There.
did.
The grown-ups are talking, Rooster. Don't worry. All
Thank
right.
you for what you did.
Oh, you're welcome.
You're welcome. You owe her 1,500 gold.
I owe you my life.
I'd be very careful who you say that to.
Especially with those guys gone.
A life debt? That's a heavy burden.
Especially if it got into the wrong hands.
So you read palms? I'm confused. Why? What?
They could be more like feathers.
It's true.
Ah.
And then just starts tapping and scratching.
Fair enough. Every individual should be allowed to make their own choice in life, no matter what that is.
I just don't want you to be abused for your gifts.
Right.
If they could help this caravan, if you ever deem it fit, please let us know so we can make it to our positions safely. Otherwise, may your life be yours. And if there's anything that I can do for you, Serena could do for you, I cannot speak for the others, but please let us know.
And then he hops away.
That is the most irritating noise.
You're telling me.
I've heard worse.
I don't want to know.
Have you ever heard of Balor eating a family? Sorry, no, that's different. I just anyway. This isn't a place to tell these stories. I see. All right, I guess we're gonna move along then.
Called me the weird one.
Terrifying.
Can we move along from this? Anybody? Either we're gonna sit at this fire and like just be awkward because of what I just said, or we're gonna move on from it. And somebody say something, please.
I was listening. What's your problem?
A lot.
The cone of truth that's gone. The ring.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure is getting late.
Is there anything that
Pokes
you all would
fire.
like to accomplish before before the night is up?
Before everybody leaves from that area, Douthie would speak up and say, "So if I don't remember this in the morning, I'm sorry. Please do not hold it against me." And it seems like you've been able to handle me at my proverbial worst. If I'm ever in battle, as we'll say, near Khan in particular, just stay away from me. I say that for a reason. Because of what you said in particular. Sometimes I cannot control where I go, so I do not wish for that to be on you. And I do not wish for you to thusly have to take your vengeance on me.
Right.
Where I no doubt you would win.
That's debatable. Have you seen the other guy?
Which other?
I don't know at this point.
Oh,
I just know that there's you, and then sometimes there's a little demon, shall we say, that really tears shit up. Not a great scene.
to be fair, I can do those things as well, but with a clear mind.
I think it's the unclear mind that's the more dangerous.
That's fair. But nonetheless, what I'm getting at is if I don't see you in the morning, know that I'm grateful for these conversations. And know that I'm grateful for you for helping Serena and myself. So thank you all.
I appreciate it as well. I don't know why we keep getting into the circumstance of always seeing each other, but it seems like when the caravan's in danger, it's always us and that little old lady who always keep coming around. So I appreciate, coming to get at it. But to the little one there, if you wake up with an unclear mind, I'll make sure Serena gets to where she needs to go. So
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Speaking of that old lady, I think I owe her a goat.
Yeah, that was day one. Tearing up that animal real wicked, like not pretty.
Ooh.
Magda did say that nature is as nature does. She holds you no grudge for that.
Truly.
Mm-hmm.
What a wise soul.
She does seem to be very kind.
Well, I appreciate that greatly. I'll still probably feel bad about it, but nonetheless, I feel a little less bad now. Thank you.
Look at them stars. Crazy, man. You don't see them under the waters. Sometimes you do. Yeah, wow.
Speaking of, I
No,
mentioned
no, it's all right.
there were tritons that I worked with, but like we never really got too deep into conversation. But about that, when you look up into your proverbial sky, what is it just darkness, or
I mean, we can, swim up to the surface and look at the stars. It's just usually we don't. So usually when you look up, there's water. When you look down, there's more water, left water, right?
I'm assuming like the stars that you would perceive are more like fish catching rays of light that would essentially.
No, those are fish.
No, I guess I'm not. I'm not. I'm not.
We see the stars. We can
No,
swim
you
up to the surface
swim
and
up to
see
the
the
surface.
stars.
Yes,
We
but
just
I'm
don't.
saying like if your home is under the water, like do you like you said do you swim up to there? Does it, or is
We
that like too much effort, as it were, and you
right.
just like what can you look up to be like,
True,
oh wow.
truly. It's a good question. We Tritons, the civilization we're living in now, has been worse for wear. We like to keep below the depths. We like to stay pretty near the ocean floor. So we don't normally go up to the surface to look at the stars. And but under the sea there are many things to behold. The music of the ocean it's lovely, truly lovely.
Under the sea.
I bet it's beautiful.
It truly
Sounds like
is.
it's better down where it's wetter.
It is.
And as the night fades,
Some say it's hotter under the water, but it's hotter closer to the sun. Everyone knows that.
the fire dies. Slowly but surely. The last embers burn away off into the night. And each of you find yourselves in your respective wagon, tent, or other
Resting
place of
areas.
sleeping. Yes, resting area. Thank you.
I'm in a box.
The night seems to drag on. After all that has transpired, it may be hard for some of you even to fall asleep. It's been a long day. However, sleep does come to you all. You all will get a short rest if you need it.
You can
I
add
suppose all is a relative thing, Salvi.
And you can all add a d6 to your short rest because she's playing her song of rest while you're all.
The next day, you wake up and you hear some stirring in the center of camp. As you draw close, you hear a person you've not interacted too much with. An elfin person with braids in their hair, a fine blue vesture with a sort of silver trim to it. They seem to be murmuring something to another. They seem to be murmuring something to another caravan member. Something about danger. Something about suspicion.
Wagwan stepper.
Whatever you said. Yes, this. Greetings.
Wagwan then. What's this?
What do you mean?
Who is this character here?
Are you referring to me?
Of a commotion. Right here.
No commotion. Simply voicing my own concerns about the safety of the caravan.
Alright. Are we in danger then?
Well, it seems that danger follows some of us.
That's right. Some more than others here.
So, speaking of some more than others, what about you? It seems as though when anything dangerous has occurred, it has been you and your comrades.
Well, we're responding to the danger. I don't think it's because it's following us.
Few do.
Some people think that we are being hunted by them, by the dangers.
I don't know. I'm just asking a question. Are you being hunted by anything?
Oh, no, not me. No, I don't know about the others, but no, not me.
I paid
And
a
yet
very
you
pretty
find-
penny for us not to be hunted. Thank you very much.
And yet you both find yourselves in company of others who seem to attract danger at every turn. First the boy in the ruins, then this bird thing.
The boy in the ruins is his own mother's fault, so you can speak to her about that. As for the bird, we caught a thief.
We
And
put
what
a
of
stop
the
to bad
bandits
things
in the
happening.
city?
Yeah, I don't like those guys. We might have poked our nose in that one. I do admit. But that wasn't it necessarily following us. Maybe that was us hunting the danger. I'm sorry.
Well, perhaps danger ought not to be hunted when many lives are at stake, and this is a caravan of many lives.
And not all of us can afford to be a coward.
Oh, listen.
I'm sorry, what?
They're coming a little hot.
I said not all of us can afford to be a coward.
Oh, the double down.
Do you know who I am?
Actually,
Oh,
who are
I'm
you?
sorry. I gave you the impression I gave a shit. That's my fault.
Very well, very well. I need no further dialogue with you then. You,
We
however,
saved the child. We stopped the bird from stealing. and we're the assholes. Thank you.
You, however, and he gestures to Salvi, you seem like someone worth talking to.
It depends on your definition of worth, but I suppose.
You seem of a noble persuasion.
I work for a noble lady, yes. I was built for her purpose.
Ah. Well, perhaps I was mistaken then.
And you?
Yes, of a noble house within Siluria.
Sorry, my ears, they perked up a bit when you said Soluria. What is that you're talking of?
The what they might call a country governed by elven folk.
All right, just wondering. I'll be over here. Sorry.
What's the name?
Hefren.
Your name.
Faran.
Can I do a history check, see if I've heard of this dude?
You sure can.
Please be nice. Please be. That's not nice. That is really not nice. Why would you do that?
What race does he look like?
Oh, he's very elven.
Oh, yeah. Nat 20 plus 3!
You have never heard of Faran of the house, whatever I just said.
Okay.
Which, with what you know of history, is a very, very strange thing.
Now that's interesting. My mistress saw to much of my education, much of my learning, and I know nothing of you.
Perhaps you have heard of Ilgard. And this name would... You would have heard whispers of Ilgard. Ilgard was a disgrace. He disgraced his family's name by what means you're not certain, even with a natural 20, even with a 23. But Ilgard was a disgrace to his family and was thus disowned and banished.
I find it funny that you're so quick to dismiss me when... Ilgard, you said?
Yes, my brother.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I suppose we all have at least one black sheep in our family.
Yes. Yes, I suppose we do.
Well, you biologics do anyway. Have a nice day.
Well, that seems as though it was a waste of time. But very well. And they go back to kind of complaining about this or that. You all continue on the correct course, not the course near Khan had set you on.
Whoa! No. I didn't know that was where we were going. I was trying to get us back to the sea. That's purely my bad.
Also, the opposite direction of the sea.
Ah, right. Oh, right. It wasn't that one.
Back on the correct path, I would like someone to make me a history check. Or not navigation, survival check. Whoo! That's what happens when I start thinking ahead.
I can do it.
Oh
I
boy.
can get behind the wheel again. Get on that old map.
I am in a box.
Go ahead.
You just don't want to roll your new dice.
No, you just hear aggressive scratching from inside the box.
While
and
that
Serena
goes
is very
on,
sad.
I need someone to make me a D100 roll.
I'll do the D100 roll. I don't want to roll for survival, bro. Don't make me roll for survival.
I got nothing in survival.
I've only got a +1.
That's better than me.
Better than me.
I have a +2, but
He's in a box.
But
You gotta-
Drag your
you
ass
gotta
out of the
fuck
box.
you, but
I mean, if you want to get the angry child to do something, try it.
Okay. 79.
12 plus 1.
Okay. So 13 and a 79. The fog that you thought you had gotten out of begins to form again. However, this time, because you cannot see through the thick fog, you do not know until it hits you that it also is beginning to hail. Smacking against the tops of your heads, shoulders, against your chest, into your face, on your back.
how big a hail are we talking?
I mean, it hurts. It hurts a lot.
Oh dear. Okay, there's fog all around us. Is there a way to trees or anything?
There are stones. There are, at this point, you're near enough that there are very large stones. I'm talking like stones the size of rooms or houses. Small houses, but
I think it best we take the caravan over by those rocks. We're not going to. The end of her nose gets chipped off. Make it long in this hail.
I agree. Let's get the caravan to safety.
Start.
okay.
Mini Rick,
Mini Rick,
we gotta go.
Min, Eric, Min was already beginning to steer toward the rocks.
Perfect.
The caravan follows. But as you draw close to the rocks, things begin to feel colder. It's been a relatively mild climate to this point. But as you step within 30, 20, 10 feet of these rocks, a cold passes over you, chilling your bodies. Douthie, I need you to roll me a religion check.
Right. Let's see. Will, this is your fault.
I'm fine with that.
It's my third 5 on that dice. So
Uh-oh.
Throw it away.
hang on. That is this. Hang on, give me a moment.
It is. Does that mean it's at advantage?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so we're getting rid of that then. Hiya. Okay, that's better. 16.
Ha.
Okay.
I rolled mine that time.
You remembering the eye, the pendant that Chanticleer, the Rooster Birdman the Third was wearing, centering in on the goddess of knowledge, are able to maintain Dalthy, the true Dalthy.
Okay.
But that means that you understand this cold is bad. This cold feels a little too familiar for you.
Okay. So, trying to think what he would do. Well, first, he obviously the clawing on the outside of the box would, or inside of the box would stop as he gained himself again, and he would sort of just tap to be like, sorry, let me out.
The box opens. What do you feel?
Does it feel
Not exactly.
okay?
Pretty dang similar.
Okay.
It feels like the same thing, but lesser.
Gotcha. This isn't natural. We're not walking into something normal. We should probably. Where are the others?
What do you mean, not normal?
Oh, hey. Oh, I didn't do that, did I?
What? This? No. I just need to have time to prepare. It's fine.
Okay.
You just slept. Nothing. It's only been a night.
Oh, well, you know.
You did try to attack me that once, but you missed.
Good. Very good. So this isn't natural, what we're walking into. At least I don't feel it is. I've no real time to explain why, but gods need to be up. I vote. Is it still hailing?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I would say he's like inside of his like box with the door like sort of open, just like talking from it, like. Yeah. So.
You feel it coming.
We need to get these people to safety, and I'm assuming where are we heading right now?
Rocks.
We have
a heading.
Yo.
Disney gets serious about that shit.
Here we go.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
I'm so sorry.
can't touch this thing. Anyway, if it's all at once, like what can they do? The answer is yes. Anyway, I just be on your guard. I'm gonna head to the front and try to stake out hypothetically what we have and what we are dealing with. And so that's what I'll do. I'll gesture to Serena. I'll jump out the box and
Okay. Serena accompanies you, but these are your checks to make.
What you got?
Make me... I will take religion or survival.
At advantage?
Oh, this would be an advantage, yes.
Okay. I am going to do religion. Man, 11 was meant to be. I rolled 2 of them, which puts me at a 15 for religion.
Okay. You feel a pull from deep within you. It is a pull you have felt many times. It's what happens just before the other thing takes over. But this time, you were able to stave that off. You follow the pull. Serena close behind you. Working your way toward the rocks. Closer and closer you get, your breath begins to crystallize in the air. This is cold, sub-zero. As you approach, you see ice on the stones. Across the grass, there is frost. You hear whispers, words indiscernible to most, but not to you, Douthie. To you, you make out the words, "We found him." You make out the words, "He will be pleased with us." And finally, "The Frozen King."
Douthie will just say to Serena, "This might have been too much to put on these people."
But it is our best chance at freeing you.
I just hope it doesn't cost them their lives.
It won't. It can't. We will protect them. That is what our order does.
You're right. You're right. He'll, Is the caravan still... Am I the only one hearing these whispers?
You're the only one who's gotten close enough to hear them. They are almost imperceptible.
Gotcha. I will... Is the caravan, like, moving forward with us still, or are we at the point of, like... Did we deviate?
You would have deviated at this point.
Okay.
They were all making their way toward the rocks, but you scouting ahead, Min Eric kind of held off on leading everyone there.
Okay. Did anybody else come with, or did I go off on my own with Serena?
Well, you and Serena definitely went. Did anybody else follow?
I would have followed behind with my fireflies around my body to not be super fucking cold.
Start goes, Solly goes.
Sorry, Salvi, I have to keep an eye on this one in
Nearcon,
case he
you're-
acts up again.
I'm not bothered. He's interesting.
It's fair, very.
I think Nearcon is like trying to take care of the caravan and sees like that same group of people walking off and goes, "Oh no, what you get yourself into now?" And I follow.
Dalvi will.
Magda would stay back. She stays back to stay with the caravan where the most vulnerable are, and also because this feels weird.
Dalvi would take a look back, see that there's individuals coming with, sees who it is, and will turn and say to Serena, "Just stay close to me. The devil's always after me."
She nods.
And he'll remove his sword from the walking staff, and he'll inhale and breathe out, and it'll light up, and he'll use his Rite of Dawn, and I'll call out in front of me and say, "Do your worst if you're here for me."
Do you know what we're facing?
Yeah, Doughty, what's going on here?
You all hear the whispers at this point. Do any of you speak Douthie?
I speak Doughty.
Infernal, correct?
Think so? Let me... Oh god. Because technically that's based off of... I just need to quickly... Bonk. Oh, come on.
A demon
You're
hunter
good.
that doesn't speak infernal. The audacity.
No, I do.
The lion, the witch, and the audacity
Yes.
of
Yes, yes, it is infernal.
it. Excellent. Do any of you speak infernal? Then none of you understand what they're saying, but you hear echoes of whispers in the cold. Bites of frost chase up your spine, on your arms, your feet, your legs, as the words echo, not only in the space, but in your very souls.
I just had this dry cleaned.
The trident is summoned to my hand. That's it.
Douthie, you hear, "You must come with us."
Tempting as it is, you don't belong here. And I'm sorry, but I swore an oath a long time ago. And you will not take me. Or anybody here for that matter.
Do you say this in common or infernal?
Infernal.
Doughty, what's going on here?
The voices.
Don't
Oh,
like
sorry, go
this.
ahead.
He goes, to answer you in common. He begins in infernal. He's like, and then goes, "Form up behind me. Stay close. Well, not too close. Spread out, but form up behind me. Don't worry. I am of clear mind."
I stand in front of you.
The voices
Okay.
shout back. The sounds that they project. Have you ever heard a frozen lake begin to crack?
Oh.
Ooh.
Echoing as they shout to you, Douthie. You will come with us. The Frozen King waits. The final syllables sound not like the echoing of a frozen lake cracking, but the sizzle of steam as anger in the form of flame burns through the ice. And that is where we will take a break. Oh, guys.
I can't wait for more roleplay when we get back.
Holy shit.
Can't wait for just more good stories with my buds.
We'll see.
Chatting
We'll
it
see what
up,
happens.
talking things through.
Just having a good old hangout.
Having a good old hangout.
Guys, we will see here in like 10-ish minutes and find out what happens when the cracking turns to steam, turns to whatever may come. Till then, adios. And welcome back. How we all feeling, guys? How we all feeling?
I'm feeling good, baby.
Yeah, so am I.
We'll see.
Really, mostly because of this.
Oh, you said you got some honey whiskey?
You should make yourself an Amar's Wish.
Yeah, for
Oh,
real,
dude.
bro.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what. Yeah.
That good, huh? That fucking good, huh?
I mean, yeah. Well, long story. Anyway, yeah, we went.
Yeah.
Me and the wife went up to a sort of touristy area yesterday, and we got a little bit. We got a couple of bottles, and it's pretty fantastic stuff.
Dang.
Anyway, that aside, yeah, there you go. Got that water. I got some water too.
I was about to say, is it the ice cubes? Because that doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
Got that Shirley Temple 7-Up.
Who you think brought you the ice cubes and the Snoopy O double G's in the group that said, "Oh no." Anyway.
Okay.
So, guys, now that we're back, as we left it, these beings began to yell, to shout at Douthie that they must come with him. The Frozen King was waiting. What happens next?
With Nir Khan moving in front of him, he'll say, "Fair enough. You take point then. I got your 6. Serena and I will take the left flank. You, I assume, can fight?" As he looks at you, El Toro.
Of course I could fight. I'm very skilled at fighting. He picks up a rock.
Okay.
It's a big rock.
He'll look back to Salvi and go, "You're not at 100%. Neither am I. Stay in the back. If they get close to you, call."
She draws like a quick sigil in the air from her fingertips. That same hair-like thread hangs midair for a moment, and then it starts to swirl around her in a red twirl, casting Blade Ward. I can manage.
It's nice to be running with a good group again. Right, Nir Khan? Take your lead.
Sweet. Do we see these creatures, or are they just sounds at this
Well,
point.
yeah, so I was just about to say, to set the scene, you all, at this point, sort of working your way between some of the large rocks, have found somewhat a path that leads on an incline of sorts, all of it covered with snow and ice, entirely different from the area surrounding you. A path that sort of winds up rather than going straight through the incline. It sort of winds around and up to through the fog. It's hard to make out, but it almost looks like a fire, a camp, you're not quite sure, but some kind of light. I will pull you all in for reference so you all can see. Don't mind those lines that are drawn. Those are just for reference.
Oh, what are those about?
You all would come in at this side.
Oh, there we are. Here.
Yes, you all would come in there, kind of at the base of the map, the bottom there. You do not see anything or anyone, but the voices still echo, whispers that at this point in Douthie, you cannot even quite make out.
I just keep responding back. You'll never take me alive. But in Infernal.
Not to interrupt your awkward conversation, but do you know what we're dealing with? Like, a heads up in any way?
Something that doesn't belong here on this plane of existence. It's, I'm not entirely sure, to be honest, what we're about to go up against, if that makes you feel any better. It
it
is
ghosts
definitely
again?
demonic, devil, spirit. Again, it doesn't belong here. All I know is it's after me.
You're part of the caravan, so I will make sure that that doesn't happen.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
As long as you don't try to kill me again.
We'll see.
I believe he's made a bit of a thing about not being able to guarantee that.
I still have to say it.
As you walk along the way, Caden, I would like you to show all those watching the map.
Absolutely. So a little bit of what we're looking at here, folks.
As you begin to walk up this path, you see a figure. There we go. A figure made entirely of crystals of ice, frost glazing over what would be their eyeballs. They speak. And their voice, the air that comes out immediately crystallizes into the air, kind of forming that I see my breath sort of cloud almost. And their voice sounds like the cracking of ice. You have been Douthie. And you all hear the word Douthie. When one speaks in another language, they might say the name with an accent, but typically the name remains almost the same.
Can I do a knowledge check to see who/what this is in particular?
Yes. Give me another religion check.
Can I assist in some way and try to give him advantage?
I already do.
Never mind.
Are you? Oh yeah, fair enough.
um,
Oh,
22 religion.
Intelligence base. Okay.
22. You know the Frozen King. You know the Frozen King all too well. And you know that in his service are many. These are among them. These creatures somewhere between element and fiend. You've never heard their names. You've never known what they were called. But in your deepest dreams, those which feel most real, you call them to you through his eyes and send them to find, to message, to do many things. These are your minions, or his. In those dreams, you can't tell the difference.
Douthie stumbles for just a moment, trying to sort of regain his composure. Still soared forward with the light from it radiating, and he points it at this being. And he again says, "You'll never take me. The Frozen King cannot have me." And he says it in common. And just as we sent those back, we will put you where you belong. And he takes a fighting stance and he just says, "From hell to hell."
Yes!
God.
Serena looks at you and says, in a language I don't think any of you all understand the same. Let me find it. Gosh dang it. Now you got me looking through my notes. She says, Tis hurte, a curte. And now, I would like all of you to roll initiative.
Oh, it's going down.
It's going down.
I'm yelling timber.
Screw you.
I was thinking.
Disadvantage.
I'm huge again.
It's going down for real.
I got a 13.
Okay. Did I have the thing tossed up there? Gosh dang it. I don't think I did.
Why is he so big?
It's okay.
It's just Nirkan's ego.
On Yanu again.
Mhm.
Son of a...
I got an 18, but it's telling me it didn't have a valid token selected.
No problem.
Oh God, I'll be right back.
That's
I
not
always,
good.
I always love it when you could see the chair sort of wobbling when they like. Ah!
And they will all go on one initiative count again.
They?
Mostly
Oh, I see.
because-
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I'm seeing a lot of baddies on this board now.
Mhm. Question for you, DM.
Yes.
I have. I just want to. My fighting style is dueling.
Mm-hmm.
When you are wielding a melee weapon in one hand and no other weapons, you gain a +2 bonus to damage rolls with that weapon.
Okay.
Right. I'm trying to see, like, is that... Okay, yeah, no, it's added. It's already added. Cool. I just wanted to be sure that it shows the difference in there.
Excellent.
Because it shows a 1d8 +4 or a 1d10 +2. And obviously
Okay.
because of versatile, but yeah.
Correct. Yeah, that sounds right. All right. So what were the others?
21.
Okay.
And that's thanks to your dice, Will. So thank you.
Yeah. I got a 13.
And then you said yours was an 18, correct? Salvi?
Yes, sir.
I don't know how I remember that. I never remember anything.
See, my token looks right.
Okay. Dalthy. You are first. What do you do?
Well, first, let me be fair here. I had forgotten to actually take my damage from the Rite of Dawn. Thank goodness. Okay. Am I able to move up, like, I only have 25 feet of movement. With that, how far would that get me? Would that get me into the other zone, or?
You can get into the next zone. Yeah.
Okay. I would like to just get into the other zone with my movement, and then if it's all right by you, I'd like to hold an action. And
Okay.
am I allowed? Does it have to be an attack, or can I do, like, can I hold a blood curse?
Dang, dude.
I'll allow it.
Okay. Then I will hold my blood curse of binding.
Okay.
With
What's the trigger?
The trigger is when that one in the front moves.
Okay. So when the one in the front moves, you will trigger your blood curse.
Yes.
Excellent.
Which,
all right.
Go over here, move my...
Southie.
Alrighty. Looking out and seeing exactly what we're coming up against, she just, oh, I hope this works this time, and strums on her harp for a moment. And again, I have something prepared. In the dark, it whispers low, calling softly, down below, as she casts Toll the Dead, and that below echoes out across the field and just boom, 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 boom. And they need to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, how many of them?
Just the one.
Okay, just the one. So, wisdom save.
That was so
12.
creepy / cool.
That was so cool. Roll that damage.
That is a 5. So you take 5, or they take 5 necrotic. Yeah, 5 necrotic damage. So as that sound reverberates out and across them, and gets to them, like threads of red hair just spike up their sides of their head.
Excellent. Okay. Anything else?
I'm gonna stay put, so nope.
All right. That brings us to... Where did I put it? I have so many tabs open. El Toro. Stark.
So he's currently shrouded, and he has 4 fireflies like around his body. He's going to remove his cloak again, stand tall, and he's going to charge forward by Dalby. Obviously, he's got that one taken care of. How far away would you say that guy is? The one...
It's within a zone, so you can get there.
Okay, so I want
you dash.
to do something. I'm holding the rock and I have the fireflies around me. I'm going to take the rock and have all 4 fireflies circle around the rock at a very fast speed, and I'm going to chuck the rock with the fireflies a part of it.
Okay. All right. What's a hit?
Come on. Ooh. 16 plus 6.
Okay. That decidedly hits.
I don't know how much damage you want to do for the rock, but each firefly does 1 fire damage.
All right. So
4
yeah,
total.
this is going to be it is technically an improvised weapon. Do you have like the Tavern Brawler feat?
I can use things. It's not technically a Tavern Brawler feat. I can use things that wrestlers have used as weapons. So chairs, chains, rocks, hammers, clubs, bats.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I'll allow it. Let's do
It's modified Tavern Brawler.
So it's going to be a D4 for the improvised weapon plus your proficiency bonus and strength bonus. Or no. Yeah. Right?
So
basically just apply the proper bonuses, but it's going to be a D4 for the damage plus the 1 for each firefly.
Okay, for the bludgeoning of the rock, it is 9 damage and then 4 fire.
Okay, 9 damage, 4 fire at that guy. So a total of 13 and Let me check some things. Yeah, that's what I thought. So... Okay, all right. This one immediately looks pretty hurt.
Bonus action, pick up another rock.
I'm assuming you look like. Did you change or?
Yeah, I'm standing tall. I dropped
Okay.
the cloak. I'm no longer have the fireflies around me. I stood tall, had the fireflies around the rock, and chucked it really hard at that one frosty demon.
Douthie looks up at you and goes, "I knew it."
Okay.
Okay. All right. So that brings us to their turn. This one is going to come down just out of reach and use its frost breath.
But as he moves,
Yes.
Oh,
you've triggered my trap card. So he has to make a where are you? Strength save. DC of 12.
Okay. Oof. Okay, 16.
Okay. Then he succeeds.
Then I would like Bova Stark and Douthie. Make me a dexterity save.
Ooh. That high? Be high.
I'm not that good.
17? Sorry, 16.
16 succeeds.
Dang, man. I have a +5, but I rolled a 4. So that's a 9.
Okay. Douthie, you take 4 cold damage, and Stark, you take 2 cold damage, as this thing exhales a breath that chills you to the bone, freezing, as it were.
Chill you to the bone.
This one will do the same, and hopefully roll higher on its damage.
Another save?
Oh, shoot. Wait. Wrong one. Sorry. There we go. Yes. Go ahead and roll me another save.
Natural 20.
boom, baby.
+2, that's 12.
Okay. All right. Both of you succeed. You will take 3 cold damage. These other 2 are or these other 3 rather are just going to move into the zone. Now it's going to dash and move into the zone. So as that happens near Khan, what are you doing?
Easy. I think Near Khan is definitely going to run up in the mix. A little bit more focused this time.
Hey, yo.
A bit of a chef, if you will. Focusing his war paint on the eyes. But he's going to move close. He's going to move up. And he's going to... Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to use my movement to get into this other one. This other zone, I guess. I want to see... My reactions aren't great. Action. Are they out of... They're still out of range?
I would say
melee range
based
from
on
us?
where you moved, you could hit this one.
This closest one? Or
Yes.
this one right up next to me?
Mhm.
Oh man. I'll do that. I'm just going to of course, do my Tempest Strike on him. Oh, baby. Oh, shit. That fell on the floor. Ooh, that is going to be a unnatural 20, a dirty 20. To hit.
That filthy little 20.
That filthy little dirty.
Why would you even bring that dirty little 20 in here? Into my game? No. That doesn't even deserve to be in here, that filthy little 20. Okay.
Pineapple.
And that hits. That hits.
That's wild. That's going to be 10 damage as he just jabs out with his trident. All of a sudden, you see this swirling hurricane of torrential wind just surround this mephit. And if it decides to move, it's going to take more damage. Excellent. Okay. It just looks around and says, "In the eye of a hurricane, there is quiet." That's wild. Anyway. Ooh. Yeah, yep. All right. Dalthy. Back to you at the top of the initiative.
Are these the two in front of us? Are they? How close are they to one another?
Pretty close.
Like,
pretty
are they
close.
within 5 feet of each other?
Yeah. Within like 10 feet of each other.
Okay, then never mind. I will go up to that first one there that came after me. Right here. And sort of slide. How big is this creature?
About your size, actually.
My size? Okay. Then I will just go to attack. Where is it? It's over here. Does a 13 hit?
A 13 does hit.
Hey, all right. Whew. But because I have that on, it's an additional D4. So 8 points of slashing damage and 2 points of radiant damage.
Okay, 8 and 2 for a total of 10. Excellent. This creature looks very hurt.
After I slash him, I just look at him and go, "You know that because of your master. Cold doesn't bother me."
The cold doesn't bother you anyway?
Oh my god.
Just let it go.
I can't condone this behavior.
Salvi, what are you doing?
How many theater kids / Disney adults can I get to play D&D?
Yeah. So as you slash into this being, you see chunks of ice, and it's almost like, have you ever seen like somebody just chainsaw sculpting ice? That's basically what this is, just almost like artificial snow, just with chunks of ice falling off as Dowdy cuts into it, and also near Khan, respectively, to their own ice demons. As that happens, Salvi, what do you do to rescue us from these frozen references?
For real.
I doubt I'm going to be able to manage that, but what Salvi does is runs forward a little bit. I don't want to catch any of y'all on that Toll the Dead, so the one, where's the ping thing? Can I ping? It's not letting me ping. I can't ping. Up a little bit to the right. Up. Dang it. Yes, that dude. I want to hit him with another Toll the Dead, and I'll spare y'all from listening to me sing the song again, but she does sing it again.
It was great. I'd love to hear it again. You don't have to, but I would enjoy it.
Clip it.
Absolutely, I will. So, let's just roll some things. 15.
He saves.
Of course.
It's fine.
What an ass.
The song goes to echo out across the field, and it kind of fizzles out halfway through, and she goes, "Oh, what a shame. I was hoping for a duel worth remembering." And that's my turn.
Okay.
A duel worth fighting
Nice.
for.
Oh my god, they're digging up into my
Is he
crazy.
serious about this shit?
I said a
The
duel.
only one who loves him is his mother.
This guy got him scared to death.
El Toro, go.
What's the how are the ones in front of Dalby and near Khan?
One in front of me looks like shot.
They're both pretty rough.
You know,
If they
since it's
bled,
been,
I would say they were bloodied, but they don't.
how far is
No, Coney.
how far is near Khan's guy from this guy up here?
We'll say
Do
we'll say like 25-ish feet.
25. I don't know what their full movement is, but I'm going to do it anyway.
You can make that.
I'm going to go up, grapple him, so we have to make competing strength checks if you dare.
Yeah, that's not gonna be too hard.
I'm just saying. So you got to beat a 22.
Big, strong 14.
Okay, and I am going to do. I just had it. Oh, I'm going to grab that one, and I'm going to hurricane toss it at that one back there.
Perfect.
In the eye of a hurricane, there is
Oh my
quiet.
God.
So you see El Toro come up to this little frosty imp, grab him by his wings, and just start spinning in a circle really, really fast, and just like let go. And it is going to, well, he's grappled, but I got to roll to hit. That is a 21 hit.
21 hits, bro. What the?
Yeah. Okay. This is
I was gonna say 13 is the lowest roll so far. For those paying attention at home.
21
Okay.
hits.
They both will take 16 damage, bludgeoning.
16? Brrrah! Okay, my brother in Christ. Let's see. How does it look when one goes down and the other one becomes bloodied?
If it's made of ice, I guess he shatters. And the shrapnel goes into the body of the other one?
Ooh.
Whoa! Okay, yeah. So you just like spin, throw, like almost like shot put this thing, and all of a sudden, like as it crashes into the body of this other and the ground, it explodes in an explosion. Gosh dang it! I need to read more dictionaries of ice, firing shrapnel into the ground around it, several feet, 15, almost 20 feet out, And as it does, the shards of ice puncture into the other one, cutting deep gashes. One shard even moving all the way through its body and firing even more crystals of ice out this thing's back as it kind of and steels itself for more damage.
Dang, you blew his back out.
That was a back shot, one might say.
You too. Time out.
No timeouts.
I mean, it was a shot through his back. That's what I meant. Okay, anyway, now it's...
Are we just going to skip over the fact that I stole another kill from your...
Right?
You did, but if you would have lived through that, if he would have chose to move after, he would have been dead from the Tempest strike. So,
yeah,
it was an assist.
It was assist. It was teamwork.
It was teamwork. Let's call it teamwork.
I gotta look up that
Teamwork.
double team.
What's gonna work? The ice demons, as it were. The one steps around Douthie while maintaining, shall we say, melee range. And it got its frost breath back. So, I will need... dang it! I'm rolling like poop tonight. I will need a dex save from Nirkan, Stark, and Douthie.
A 14.
14 as well.
13.
All of you succeed. And then it will run. Douthie, do you take an opportunity attack?
It doesn't belong here, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Go ahead.
Obviously.
You dare use my own spell against me, Potter.
16 to hit.
16 hits.
Okay, so that's... $11 slashing, 4 radiant.
Ooh, Jesus.
Okay. What happens when you hit this thing?
He swings around, does the breath, tries to run. I swing the other way and just in a sweeping cleave, like slice his head off, then turn around to face the other ones as if he didn't even matter.
In a sweeping cleave, a cleaving sweep, a swivel swiffer. Yes, that happens, and ice and snow just, you make snow cones all across the already frozen ground.
Save those for later.
Near Khan.
That was all those little bitches did? Okay. Easy done.
So far.
So far.
How far away are these two? How far away are these two from each other? This one that got hit by El Toro and this guy was just thrown by the tree.
I'm gonna say they are also roughly like 25-ish feet away from each other.
Okay.
Maybe 20.
Okay. I think we should be good there. I'm going to position myself. I think I'm just going to go for this guy in the corner. Just run straight up to him and Tempest strike the shit out of him. Oh, baby, that's a nat 20. A home birth.
Nice! Woo!
All natural.
Roll that critical
baby.
damage, bro.
That's what's up.
Beautiful. Beautiful. That is going to be 10 plus plus 12. That is 22 damage. Wait, are we doubling the damage I get from strength and dueling?
No, only the dice damage. However,
Okay.
tell me what this looks like.
Mir Khan runs up again with that trident aloft and just like swings it straight up to spear this guy. And as this guy just sits, flailing at the end of his trident, he pulls him down closer and says, "Your fight end ya. May your soul return to the depths." And I spin it and slam it down on the ground, shattering this guy.
Dang.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
That's what's up.
As you do, it crumbles. It doesn't even shatter. It just falls apart and becomes the snow that lines this ground. Anything else to do with your turn, Mir Khan?
I don't believe so.
Then Dowdy, it is back to you at the top of the round.
Perfect. With my movement speed, am I able to make it to the one up top?
You are, in fact.
All right.
We're chewing through these guys.
Gotcha. So I will run over here. And I will make an attack. I will get low and just come up for a slash and see if I hit. Alright. It's a natural 17 plus 4, so...
It hits.
Alright.
Get low when you squat. Low when you squat. Low when you squat. Now swing your arms.
Ooh.
Max damage, so that is going to be 19, so 12 slashing and 4 radiant.
Okay, excellent. This thing is snow conied.
I like that word.
Salvi, what are you doing?
Alrighty, everything looks like it's pretty well taken care of, actually. Like it's just the one dude left, and whoever Dowdy's got.
Yep.
Cool. She takes her hand, cracks it like at a 180 degree, like flat against her forearm, and just points it out, and fires a bolt with her light crossbow.
Oh.
Okay, roll to hit.
That's a 10.
A 10. A 10 does not hit.
Didn't think so. Yeah, I didn't think so. Oh, I really should practice with this more. And she'll move up a little bit to get closer to everybody, but that's my turn.
Okay, excellent. That brings us to El Toro.
El
Toro!
El Toro is going to stare directly at the one right here, seeing that his back is up against the rocks. Yeah! And he's going to charge, and he's doing a flying double kick into the chest cavity of the little ice demon into the rocks behind him.
Okay.
If I hit.
Roll to hit.
14 plus 6.
14 plus 6.
Dirty 20.
That fucking hits, brother.
Nasty fucking 20, mate.
What did you all take before the session tonight? Because you're not sharing and it's making me mad.
I don't know what's going on.
Snorted a line of creatine before I got in,
Okay.
All right. So, roll the damage.
Okay, so he's going to take, from my kick, he's going to take 12 damage, and then he's going to bounce off that wall, taking additional damage of...
Oh my god.
To the window! To the wall!
5.
So, total, that was...
5. I re-rolled that dice. Did anyone hear me? 5 plus...
I thought it was 12.
Okay, 12 plus 5.
Sure. 17.
17 bludgeoning.
So, as you go to the window, to the wall, till he bounces off the rocks. This creature is impacted by your horn.
My boots.
Yes, boots.
Flying double kick.
Sorry, I was just
With the fur.
boots with.
Technically.
That was my own fantasy. Yes, the boots with the fur, the whole club. It bounces into the rocks, and parts of it begin to just kind of like shatter against the rocks. You kind of see it begin to slide down the stone as the stone grinds against it, tearing off parts of itself.
Is it still alive?
It is.
Cool. Is it prone?
Does your
No,
mechanically
not-
does your
not
ability
That one doesn't make you prone.
Okay.
I
And
land
will
prone
say,
next to it.
Oh.
and I will say for now, no.
So you land prone next to it?
Well, I just flew in the air doing a flying double kick.
Nice.
Just
from across the map.
Yeah. That's it.
Okay.
I'm loving this image of Nircon coming down, like bringing his sword down, and all of a sudden he looks up.
Yes.
And flying El
Holy
Toro.
crap! Yes, that's like super cinematic. I love it. This one will cast Fog Cloud.
I don't have that spell.
You are correct. You do not. But the ice demon does,
I don't have killer spell.
and it will cast it. That said, it then runs.
No, it's not.
Oh.
I am going to, because it is casting a spell with my reaction, I'm going to use my stamina point and use interference. I'm going to basically, from the ground, just kind of upward punch right to its leg as it's trying to mid-cast. It has to roll an intelligence against my strength.
Question: would that be a disadvantage or advantage for the?
I am
save?
prone.
Yeah, it would be a disadvantage, but still,
Well,
intelligence is
Nah.
not its strong suit.
well, I rolled very low for my strength, so it's probably going to be fine. I only rolled a 9.
Okay, it rolled a 14, so
It gets a spell off.
it gets the spell off and then
Shit.
begins to just. Do you take an opportunity attack? It would also be at disadvantage.
That was
Because
my
you're prone.
reaction to do interference.
Oh shoot! Right, yes. So, it then moves across the zone, This one I'm going to very quickly roll something to see if it got within the fog cloud, because it's a little tricky with zones, but let me roll. Okay, it does not get within that fog cloud. So it will cast one of its own, and then it will also bolt. Douthie, you, feeling it leave your presence, have the opportunity for an attack at disadvantage. Do you take it?
A little bit of a question here because of his abilities and where they hypothetically come from. He does technically, because of the situation, have 5 feet of blind fighting. So,
then it would not be a disadvantage.
Okay, I just wanted to be sure if like he still technically has that at the moment.
I'm not sure what I don't remember the ability, but go ahead and take it for now, and then we'll revisit it later.
Okay.
I just think it makes narrative sense, right?
It was definitely a story reason why we chose to give him that.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he for sure can lose it at some point. But, so that's 19 to hit.
A 19 hits.
9 points of slashing, 2 points of radiant as he slashes out at him and says, "Where do you think you're going?"
Okay. I will then say, this one does not escape your grasp.
Yeah.
However, go ahead and describe it within this fog.
Describe how I dispatch this thing?
Yes, yes.
Again, he swings out. He essentially can feel the contact of his blade in the ice. He sees the shimmer of the radiance from his blade cut through everything as the ice shards sort of fly around, and he just cuts through, cuts again, and then readies himself, and he'll look and he'll say, "Have they all been dispatched?"
Then I will say, combat comes to a close.
Is there still that one alive on the hill?
There is. It is in the midst of a fog cloud. And what I'm going to say...
Well, why don't you just let me take one more turn then? Just one more turn. Let's just see what happens. Let me just take one more turn. Just one more turn.
He can't let me have more than
I'm
him.
gonna say, Nirkan, that the last you saw, it was near Bova Stark. As such, you can move toward Bova, but it will still be moving away from you.
Huh. I think as I turn around and this fog sets in, I go, no. No sea mist here. And I cast Cyclone Blast. And with a gust of big wind, all of that fog is gone and dispersed.
Yeah.
Am I able to see this guy crawling over the rocks?
Yes. Yes, you are.
Nah. No. No one gets left behind. I run on up.
Ohana.
Or forgotten.
No one. Ohana means I kill everyone.
Nightmare.
Yeah, I'll run right up and action surge since to cast Cyclone Blast. To cast Cyclone Blast. To cast Cyclone Blast is an action, so I'll action surge.
What?
And just go ahead and Tempest Strike this guy.
I love it. More.
Let's
need more.
go!
I need more.
Does a 15 hit?
A 15 hits. Listen, I'm coming down with a fever, and the only cure is more cowbell.
Racist.
I mean, more near con.
What did you all take tonight? I swear.
We took action juice.
We took action surge.
We took surge. Well then, as this guy is scrambling over the rocks, Nirkan dispels this fog, sets his sights on this last remaining mephit or ice demon, whatever you call it, and reaches out, like swings at his legs to get him to tumble down the rocks, and just kind of steadies his trident in his hand. And as this creature sits at his feet, he says again, "The tide has turned against you now, little one. Your fight end here. May your soul return to the depths." And I throw the trident right into this baby.
Let's go! All right, roll the hit.
That was the 15.
Oh, right, yeah. Wow, yes, you hit. Roll damage.
That's going to be 7 damage.
Oh, buddy.
He's still alive.
Wait.
Is he still alive? Oh. Dunzo.
Snow. The fog clouds disperse. And you all are left with the final infernal whisper of these beings. Douthie, only you understand them. He has more than us. He will retrieve that which he pleases.
You know Galoth can't have me. Try harder next time. I'll just spit on him.
And as you do, combat is past. You all see the fog clouds begin to fade. The chill runs through you. You hear the infernal whisper and Douthie's response, which I assume was also in infernal.
No.
No. Then you hear Douthie's response in common. The ice begins to melt, but the cold remains. As long as you stay here amidst the hail, you will risk exhaustion from the cold. You can press on in the hail and risk harm. Or you can stay here and risk exhaustion. But before you make that choice, let's just resume as the combat ends.
Dowthy will walk over to Nirkan and he'll just say, Serena wasn't kidding. That was quite flashy work. And you, he points at El Toro, he goes, I knew it.
Yeah. All right, cool. You knew it. El Toro is going to go up to that busted up wagon and just kind of flip it upside down and carry it over his head. There's like a little makeshift hail shelter.
Thanks. First and foremost, I appreciate the assist. Now you know why I was so adamant on why it's important for somebody being followed to have an opportunity to find safety. So, yeah, I just didn't know how close it would be. It also, to be fair, I wasn't really in on a lot of the planning that brought me here, so mostly Serena put the majority of this when I was broken out, which is not the people who are actually chasing me. That's a whole different people. But this in particular is a don't mind that. This in particular is a little demons at best, and this being known as the Frozen King is was sort of bonded, as it were. I don't know if you've ever seen when I get hurt that there's when I'm just healing naturally over time, that it's a little bit of ice. There's an inwardness to it. So, yeah, that's...
Douthie, in the midst of this, roll me a d20.
Fuck you.
Oh, God damn it.
Come on, Will. Just a flat d20. 13.
Okay, continue.
I'm so scared right now. And, well, it's a story I'd not like to relive at this moment. All I wish to say is thank you for shedding proverbial blood with me this day. Now, those of my order, normally, after a victory such as this, we go back and celebrate. What say you?
Definitely a victory amongst us all, yeah.
I'd say so. I want to apologize, Douthie. I think I was quick to judge quick to victimize, quick to villainize, sorry, Rooster. And I did not know you were in a similar situation. But you also helped me see that
General judgments are a survival technique for a reason.
It tends to be prudent.
So, I think all we can do is learn to pause in those moments.
I like to lead with peace, and sometimes the thought, the possibility of war gets in the way of that. Pause is good. Celebration is good.
I'd say we earned it. Again.
Let's get out of the cold. I can only handle this for so long.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Again, thank you all.
The depths are cold, you know, down in the waters. It's cold. I can handle that. This too much of this, and we're gonna have a problem.
That's fair. Dowdy goes to stand underneath the makeshift hail thing and goes, take small steps for my sake, if you wouldn't mind, big guy.
Yeah, not a problem. Nice and easy, nice and easy.
As
share a bond.
Yeah, as we go, I feel like we're learning a lot about each other today. And Stark, for whatever reason, you don't seem too old and wiry to me now.
It's because I'm not old at all, yeah. In my prime, as it were. Fuck this. Okay. So...
Oh, you're done with that finally?
It's a showmanship thing.
I know, but it's not becoming of you.
All right. So...
It's certainly intimidating.
It works. I am not an old, feeble furbolg. I am a minotaur. And I am also being hunted down. You're by demons. I'm by a dickhead, so...
Well, at least it's not little ice demons.
Yes, you know...
Is it worse than ice demons?
I don't know.
By the way, that was not the... That was like a scouting party, not even, so...
I mean, it wasn't too hard.
So, you're being hunted by a demon, you're being hunted by your father-in-law, you said, and Nir Khan, you?
I'm not being hunted by anything.
Insight check.
Do it.
Nir Khan? Nir Khan?
Willingly.
Okay. Nir Khan, roll me persuasion or deception. Don't tell me which. Salvi, roll me insight.
Okay, I got a 17.
21.
Nir Khan, are you lying?
I'm not lying. I'm not being hunted by nobody. Trust me. They don't want me there.
So you're running then?
Oh, there are no sadder words.
Yeah. Running towards something. Something better, hopefully. Maybe I'll go back. Maybe not.
Maybe this trip is exactly what we need.
Dalvi throws his sword to Serena, and he just looks at you, Nir Khan, and goes, well, I mean, hey, you're not too bad of a fighter, so I think we're all right where we need to be, just like you said.
Right.
Then you set to celebration.
Let's
And
get
celebrate you do. You find in Min Eric's supply a cask of ale, yet unopened. Whether by his permission or your own, I will let you decide. You open the cask and drink it. All of it.
I'd like to think we'd ask.
I'd ask.
Yeah, for sure. I would.
Okay, for
I'd
sure.
ask after. After we open, I'd be like, hey, Mini Rick, sorry about this, but we drank the whole thing dry. I'll get you another.
Perhaps stories are shared. Perhaps they're not. Perhaps jokes are told. Perhaps they're not. But one way or the other, the victory is celebrated. And at that, as we venture on, growing ever closer to Balshadur, the next stop on the way to Tak Akal, we will end this session.
Feels organic. I'll take it.
Here we go.
Thank you guys so much for playing, and thank you guys so much for being with us. We will see you next time. See what kind of trouble these guys get into.
Those lost souls.
These wayward
But until
travelers.
then,
Wayward travelers.
wayward travelers. I like that. We'll see what kind of trouble these wayward travelers get into. But until then, we love you all. And we bid you a very fond adieu. Till next time, guys. Keep on looking for legends.